Hello everyone and welcome back to another one of our F1 23 Hot Lap and Track Guides, my little series where I try and help you get a bit better at F1 23. Today we head to Miami and of course the Miami Gardens for a track that, safe to say, probably isn't well loved. However, I must admit I do really enjoy it inside the F1 games. But of course, as always, there'll be timestamps linked down below. What we're going to do, of course, for those of you that are new to this series, is give you guys the setup, give you a bit of a slow lap, obviously showcase what you need to be looking for, and obviously how you can improve your times with no braking line, good markers and things like that. And then of course I'll showcase a full fat lap, me trying to go as a full chap as well. There, of course, as always, I'd just like to do a bit of a quick PSA before we jump in with the hot laps. These are not esports setups. These are designed to help you improve at the game and become more consistent. They are not time trial setups. They are designed for racing, of course. It's very, very good being quick over one lap inside F1 23, but that's not going to win you races. Of course, you've got to be consistent as well. So yeah, if you're new around here, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed. We're getting very, very close now to 10,000 subscribers, and I'm really now trying to push hard to get a couple of these videos out each and every week. But yeah, let's head out then, first of all, and take a quick look at our setup. Well, before we head out then onto the track, of course, we've got to take a quick look at the setup there. A 127.553. Kind of struggled a little bit more around this place than I have at some other venues this season. You can see, yeah, about 2 seconds behind Jarno Opmeer, which, to be honest, for me, I'm quite happy with, all things considered. But yeah, it seems like we're starting to find out more and more things about the setups inside F1 23. 31.29 on the wing, of course. You've got a lot of high-speed sections around this track, but obviously you need a bit of downforce through the end of Sector 2 and through the first few corners as well. So I found that was kind of a good balance that obviously also gave you good straight line speed down the back straight. 58.52 on the differential. That, of course, has basically remained the same since the game released. It seems to be what I still enjoy and find the best for not only obviously one lap pace, but obviously also over a race distance as well. Minus 2.7, minus 1.3, 0.02 and 0.13 on the camber and the toe. Yeah, definitely seems like around some of these tracks now you need to run quite a lot more camber than in recent times. So yeah, that seems to be what I found working quite well. Of course, you might want to lower the camber slightly if you're still struggling with tyre wear. Suspension 32.17 and then 8.7 on the anti-roll bars with 38.39 for the ride height. Of course, you've got quite a lot of curb actually around this venue, so you need to make sure that the rear ride height is just a little bit higher. And of course, yeah, that you're allowing the back end to roll around a little bit, but obviously not too much underneath you either there. 98.58 on the brake bias. I'm just keeping that as I have them right since the get-go. And 22.3 for the front pressures, 20.3 for the rear pressures there. Like I said, it's a very traction-limited circuit, is Miami, so you want to be running low pressures around this venue. But yeah, let's head out then for a slow lap quickly and just talk through what you want to be looking for. Heading our way then out of the final corner, you're going to be touching 8th gear by the time you head down in towards turn 1, of course, making sure you open up the DRS, and you want to be keeping the car on the left-hand side. Don't run over this white line, though, as you want to be braking just at the start of this curb. Ready for the first corner, all the way down into 3rd gear, of course. Just want to get close to the apex, but don't quite run over it. And then I'm opting to short shift back up into 4th gear there as you're trying to attack the curbing. Back up to 5th through the second part there. Be very, very careful of what the rear end's doing. Of course, if you're still struggling with the oversteer, then I would suggest avoiding going over the curbing through those first couple of corners. Leaving in 7th gear through this next very, very fast left with just a blender throttle before you go down in 6th gear through the second part. The car is going to want to wash out over that curb, but I'm really trying to avoid again running over it there as it's a very, very high curb, and then just allowing the car to rotate all the way out before you swing back in 3rd gear there. Short shifting up to 4th over the apex, and then of course, yeah, trying to make sure you keep the car flat over the exit curb as well. Very, very easy to invalidate actually on that exit curb. Open up the DRS, 8th gear though, as you head down this back straight. And of course, you want to be then getting the car over to the right-hand side as you make your way down in towards the technical section. I'm braking pretty much at the gantry there at the 100 meters. I'm actually bringing the car all the way down into second gear as you head through the hairpin. Short shift back up to third, and then you want to just be sort of managing the throttle through this next corner as you try and hug the apex. Back up to fourth through this next part, and then actually want to brake very, very early here. Super easy actually to run out wide there and get a track limits penalty, and then obviously just trying to take as much curb as you possibly can through the next chicane. Second gear right the way through here. Avoid the inside curb on the exit, otherwise you find yourself rattling out towards that outside wall, and once again short shifting back up into third off the corner there. Of course, heading out then onto the longest straight on the lap. Open up the DRS once more, and now really you're trying to set yourself up for one of the most difficult braking zones actually on this lap. I'm aiming at about 130 meters on the way in there, so just after you go past the black box on the outside, all the way down into second gear. Again, try to avoid the curbing on the inside. Back up to third on the exit. Very, very easy once again to run too close to the wall, and then I'm short shifting through fourth gear as well as you try and put the power down. But then back up towards the line, you open up the DRS once more, and that is going to be a lap of the Miami Grand Prix circuit there. It's a weird technical challenge. It's very much about trying to make sure you got the weight transfer nice and tidy in the car. So like I said, obviously the setup I've done works quite nicely for me, obviously over one lap and then also in a race stint as well. But yeah, let's go take a look at how that all looks up to in one piece. Well, there we are then, a lap here from the Miami Gardens. Like I said, it's a unique challenge, this circuit. Got to be very, very careful, and, you know, it is all about the weight transfer. But it is a good track for learning about some of the key fundamentals inside F123. I remember mentioning in the last video at Baku how that track is probably one of the best on the calendar for learning no line, because there's so many big braking zones and obviously managing the ABS, or the lack of ABS, in a Formula 1 car. Miami is certainly a track that is fantastic for learning weight transfer of a Formula 1 car as well, and of course, you know, how much can you allow the car to slide through the corners. But yeah, like I mentioned, I'm going to try and make sure I do more of these videos as we head into the winter. I'm also going to try and match some of them up with the 212 Racing League as well. So of course, if you're planning on racing in that, then I'm going to be trying to release a setup and a track guide each week ready for the, you know, relevant race circuit as well, for of course all the tracks we haven't done so far. But yeah, like I said, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed if you're new around here. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. And yeah, we'll be back very, very soon, of course, for Imola. We've got a lot of high downforce circuits coming up, which of course have their own unique set of challenges as well. You guys do not want to miss that. And yeah, we'll be back very, very soon with more sim racing related content. A massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters for their continued donations to help my work. These things go much further than I think a lot of you ever realise and allow me to continue making content full time here on YouTube. So if you want to support me from as little as £1 a month and be featured on all of these end clips, either click the join button next to the subscribe or head over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description.